Hello, my friends. Today I'm going to teach you how to fish. All right, for those of you who know me, you know there's no possible way that is going to happen yet. But guess what fishing is all about? I'm Kathy Weaver, and I am definitely part of the fan club for Delinda Lane and the fun, fearless female global community of Christian women. And today, once again, is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. I hear all the time, all those networking books you've written, I don't know how to network. All the sales that you've made in your lifetime, I don't know how to sell. How to have my own business, you've done it full time since 2008. I can't do that. I hear those kind of things all the time. Oh, yeah, if I was you, I could do it. Oh my gosh. That is why we talk about on Words of Wisdom Wednesday, what are you great at? Pick a subject. Now, you probably have figured out that I am not great at fishing. Most of the reason would be I don't do it. But I thought of the least possible thing that I would be great at for my analogy today. Okay. And let's keep this in terms of networking or sales or whatever you want to pick as far as what you can't do effectively yet. I can't make a sale. Yes, you can. Once again, I've been full time since 2008 with my company. Of course, you can make a sale. You've got a product or service you strongly believe in. You know the world needs your product or service. Boom, fit. But there are techniques to every step. So let's think in terms of fishing. Okay. I had to use artificial intelligence to get some information because, again, this is not my strength. So let's start and see what AI has to say. The first thing you would do is plan your fishing trip. All right. So you're going to plan your networking event. And you don't have to run it. I'm just talking about attending, not necessarily hosting. All right. But the very first thing on here says plan your fishing trip. Decide on the location. Do you want to do a chamber of commerce? Do you want to do a ladies group? Do you want to do a small meetup? Plan your fishing trip. Now you're going to gather your equipment. Please, this is the part where so many people get stuck. I can't go networking because I don't have a name badge. I don't have a briefcase. I don't have a valise. I don't have, what else do you not don't have for the networking topic? Okay. I don't have business cards. If you have a cell phone, you have a business card. Please remember that. If you have a cell phone, you have a business card. You can create a business card on Canva for free. It doesn't even take 60 seconds, I promise. Your name, your phone number, a picture of you, the logo of your company, different colors, an email address, and certainly a website. It probably wouldn't even take 50 seconds to get that done, I promise. And you now have your business card on your cell phone, which means when someone says, do you have a business card? You'd be able to say, I've got something better than that. I can text you my business card, and then you'll also have my cell phone number. How does that work? Is that good? Genius. Just trust me. So now you're going to gather equipment. So don't let the business card be your stopping point. So if you're fishing, you're going to be taking your rod and reel. Look at me read this stuff, right? The fishing line, hooks, sinkers, and bobbers. What did she say? Bait or lures, not in my lifetime. A tackle box, okay, a fabulous purse. You know I would love that. A cooler or a bucket. I hate to think what goes in there. It actually says, Catherine, to keep your fish fresh if you plan to keep them. Ew. Net or fishing gaff, GAFF, what is that? For safely bringing in larger fish, right? Okay. So now you actually have, you're gathering your equipment, name badge, like I say, note taker, something, and your business card is on your phone because you know you've got your phone in your hand probably right now. All right. So number 3 for your fishing trip is prepare your gear. So that is basically a gather possibly in your mind what you're going to say to someone. Do you have an infomercial? No, I'm not good at that. Hang on a second. If you're on Alignable, which is a very cool platform for North America, if you're on Alignable, there's a section there that says generate your elevator pitch with AI. Now you're not going to read it verbatim, and then you're going to say, I can't memorize stuff. You don't have to. When you're on Alignable, especially if you're on your phone and you generate the elevator pitch, now you can screenshot it and tweak it, because now you don't want to say it verbatim. And now you've got your elevator pitch. Please don't make it this difficult. Now you're going to actually attach the bobber and the sinker, it says. I can't wait to see what all that stuff is. And then the info part is you're going to bait the hook. No. And that simply means, from a networking sales standpoint, you're going to have something that starts a conversation. Something when you're in that Chamber of Commerce meeting that actually is going to make people want to go, wow, that's cool. All right. In my case, you know the drill. I am always branding. And so I always have my water bottle and I always have my logo. And you know that I do, because every single thing I do, I take with me, if possible. Sometimes when you go into a la-di-da fancy place, they don't want outside water bottles in there, but always I do branding. And sometimes I even show them, this is actually my DNA, and they go, okay, whatever. But now you're actually going to bait the hook. So that would be your branding piece. Then of course it says, find a good spot. Okay. Find a good spot. Once again, Chamber of Commerce meeting, check their Facebook and LinkedIn pages. See if they're a very active group. If they are, they've taken pages and pictures and added information as far as event pages are all over the place. Take a look. Now, the next thing actually says cast your line. Once again, you are going to be, hi, how are you today? Start a conversation, wear some cute earrings, a bow in your hair, a fabulous purse. Gentlemen obviously can do a tie, or I do have a gentleman in my network who always wore a suit, kind of sport jacket, at least open collar, but he always wore Converse tennis shoes, different color, different style, something, but that was his DNA. That was his brand. Always wore Converse tennis shoes. He wasn't in the tennis shoe business, but that was always the conversation starter. Those are some cool shoes, dude. And that started the conversation, so he could say, oh my gosh, your hair's fantastic, or your suit is dynamite, or whatever. So bait the hook, and now you're going to cast the line to get that conversation started. Okay. Now, again, ChatGPT helped me with this, so it's not like you have to remember anything. Hook the fish. So now you've got someone that is actually conversant in your Chamber of Commerce meeting or on your Zoom call. This, of course, works virtually as well, and sometimes easier virtually, because remember that business card you just created, you can now text it to them or put it in the chat. Boom. It couldn't be easier to network these days. And thanks to Zoom and all kinds of virtual remote social media, they've made it super easy for us to market our businesses, by the way. So again, you're going to cast the line, hook the fish, and now you go, you know what? I would actually love to extend our conversation. Can you go for coffee next week? Or I'd love to come by your brick and mortar and take a look at your office. Oh, heck yeah. They would love for you to see their office most of the time. So now you have actually been able to hook the fish, because now you've got someone that actually speaks your language. They hook, they took the bait, and now they're hooked on whatever you do. And now again, they speak your language. I love water too. So now you're in the perfect place to carry on that conversation. Now it's a matter of handling the fish. Okay, now I'm going to read a little bit of this because, landing the fish, use a net or your hand to carefully bring the fish to shore. Not happening. Remove the hook. Use the pliers or a hook remover to safely extract the hook. Also not going to happen. And then release or keep it. So here's the deal. Let's go to the release or keep piece. Okay. You've met someone, they're fabulous, and now you're going to go for coffee. And then during the conversation, something happens that is like, ooh, I didn't catch that before. For me, it's always a matter of interview process. I want stellar, dynamic, fabulous people on my water team, and I have them, praise God. And so if something is awry, amiss when you're having your coffee date, then that would be the opportunity for you to kind of let the fish release, shall we say. And this will probably be one of the last times that you actually meet for coffee with that person. So then you release or decide to keep it, up to you. Now you're going to wrap up your trip, which means get all your gear together. Great. It was nice to meet you. Thank you so much. You just won a door prize. I just won a door prize. Isn't that the coolest thing? Thank you so much. Who gave the door prize? She did. Oh my gosh, I want to meet you. I'd love to come by your brick and mortar. Thank you so much for your generosity. So you're going to kind of wrap up your trip. And of course, in the fishing world, that means you're going to gather all your stuff to make sure that you didn't leave anything behind. Put the fish back in the lake or ocean or river, or wherever you got it. And if you want to, or keep it. And I don't want to hear the rest of that. And so always clean up your area, which is super important, especially if you're at a luncheon. Clear your own plate if that's what you do, or it was great to meet you to your table mates, things like that. And then, of course, even in fishing, it says reflect and plan for your next time, which means I absolutely love this. I'm going back for more. Or that didn't work so well. I'm going to tweak my prep time. Please consider that. Okay. It's the same in networking, it's the same in sales. You try a new infomercial. You try a new branding something. You did something different. It wasn't a good fit for you, whatever that looks like. And you're going to tweak your technique. People do that all the time. They call it rebranding, re-logo, re-something. And it's not a bad thing. It's a freshen it up a little kind of thing. So please consider, if you haven't already, you're going to reflect and plan for next time. This Chamber of Commerce is not a good fit for me. This Zoom call is not a good location for me. This event is not filled with the type of people I was hoping to meet. Now you're going to reflect, okay? Same thing. Please understand, fishing, networking, sales, it all works together. Think of other things I would not be good at. Oh my gosh. I know there is quite a list, and you might actually see some of them here, because I'm definitely going to use AI for this topic, because I do have two more things that I actually, they are not my strengths, but gone fishing was one of the biggies, because that ain't going to happen in my lifetime. And so I just wanted to share, think about what you're great at and correlate it to networking or sales or building a business or all the things you think you can't do. My friends, I promise you can do them. All you have to do is try. I am Kathy Weaver. Today is Words of Wisdom Wednesday, and I got to go catch me some more fish.